This should be pretty easy for you guys, hopefully. So here we have, just as to evaluate this question, 4 minus 5 multiplied by negative 2 plus 3 minus 6. So here we're going to solve this question. So we're going to evaluate this question. So the first thing you're going to have to do is multiply your negative 5 by your negative 2. So our step is going to look like this. We're going to equal 4. When you multiply negative 5 by negative 2, you get a positive. Multiplying two negatives by each other give us a positive, so we get 10. Plus 3 minus 6. So just carry down the other numbers. From here, our next thing we're going to do is simply just add and subtract. So we get 4 plus 10 gives us 14, plus 3 gives us 17, minus 6 gives us 11. So our answer here is 11. We're going to move to our next question, which says evaluate. So evaluate 4 plus 1/6 minus 2/3. So here we're going to have to do a few different things. The first thing we're going to have to do is come up with a common denominator. So we have to come up with a common denominator amongst these three terms. So we're going to say essentially the 4 is 4 over 1. And then we have 1 over 6 minus 2/3. So we're going to say 1, 6, and 3 all have to have the same common factors. Or sorry, not same common factors, same multiples. So 1 we can change to 6. We can multiply 1 by 6 to get 6. And we can multiply 3 by 2 to get 6. So our common denominator here is going to be 6. If we multiply our first fraction, let's say we had over 1, multiply our first fraction by 6, we have to multiply the numerator and the denominator by 6, so essentially you're multiplying by 6 over 6. We're going to get 24 over 6. We keep the second fraction. Our third fraction here, we have to multiply by 2. So we multiplied by 2 over 2. To get our denominator, 6, we had to multiply 3 by 2 to get 6. Whatever you do to the denominator, you have to do to the numerator, so we multiply it by 2 also. So our next step should look like 24 over 6 plus 1 over 6 minus 4 over 6. You could do this all in one step if you wanted. You could break it into 2 steps. I did the addition in one step and then did the subtraction. So I got 25 over 6 minus 4 over 6 as my next step. When you move through here, do your subtraction, you're going to get 21 over 6. Here at 21 over 6, we have an improper fraction. We're going to change it to a mixed number, or sorry, mixed fraction here, mixed number, when we're solving. So we're going to say how many times does 6 go into 21? Well, first, before we do that actually, we can reduce this fraction. So what is 21 and 6 both divisible by? They're both divisible by 3. So if we divide 21 by 3, we get 7. Dividing 6 by 3, we get 2. So you'll have 7 over 2. Now we're going to change it to a mixed number. So here, we're going to say how many times can 2 go into 7? Well, 2 can go into 7 3 times. We can multiply 2 by 3 to get 6. And our leftover number, when you subtract 7 by 6, we get 1. So here you'll have 3 and 1/2. So that's our answer for that one. We're going to move to the next example. So it says to evaluate, and we have division. Well, we have a whole number, and then we have a fraction here. So we're going to have to divide. First thing we're going to do is change this first number. Well, essentially this first number is 3 over 1. So when we change this, we'll have 3 over 1 divided by 5 over 8. Then you're simply going to apply your division of fraction rules. So we're going to change the sign to multiplication and flip our second fraction. So we're going to get 3 over 1 multiplied by 8 over 5. When you're multiplying fractions, you multiply your numerator straight across and then multiply your denominator straight across. So we're going to get 3 multiplied by 8 gives us 24. 1 multiplied by 5 gives us 5. So we're going to have 24 over 5. Again, we're going to have to change this fraction. I want you to change this fraction into a mixed number. 5 goes into 24 4 times, so we get 20. And then our leftovers are 4 over 5. So we're going to have 4 and 4/5. Our last example here is 1/2 multiplied by 3 and 1/5. Well, we're going to have to change this fraction here. I want to change it first to an improper fraction so it's easy to multiply straight across. So we're going to change it by, you multiply your 5 by your 3, and then you add 1. So we're going to get 5 multiplied by 3 gives us 15, plus 1 gives us 16. So you're going to have 1/2 multiplied by 16 over 5. The next step here, multiply your numerator straight across, multiply your denominator straight across. So we're going to get 1 multiplied by 16 gives us 16. 2 multiplied by 5 gives us 10. So we're going to have 16 over 10. Here I want you to change this again. Before you change it, you can reduce it. So let's divide here. We're going to divide here by 2. So we divide 16 by 2, we get 8. Divide 10 by 2, we get 5. So you'll get 8/5. Now let's change it. How many times can 5 go into 8? It can only go into 8 once. Our leftovers here are 3, so we're going to get 1 and 3/5. And that is our final answer. So work on the quiz, and I will see you guys tomorrow.